Welcome and let your journey to soul expansion begin. I'm your host, Kristen Kaczynski. This show will take you on a journey of expansion, encouraging you to release the limitations of your mind and lean into the wisdom of your soul. Remembering who you are on a soul level will help you release your conditioning, expectations, limiting beliefs, fears, and worries, and evoke a life expanded by your energetic alignment. Whether you're an entrepreneur who wants to grow your income and impact, or someone who knows in your heart of hearts that you're made for more, this podcast will help you awaken the power that's already inside of you, allowing you to attract an easy flow of money, clients, opportunities, and fulfillment. In each episode, you'll learn something new, expand your consciousness, and you'll walk away with a glimpse of what's truly possible for you. If you're ready to follow your soul's calling and live a more expansive life, you're in the right place. Welcome, and let your journey to soul expansion begin. So one of the first episodes I ever created on this podcast was about money trauma. And I love this topic. I think this topic is not really talked about as often as it should be in money mindset circles. And that's why I wanted to bring it to the show as one of the first episodes, because I do think I take a different approach when it comes to expanding your money mindset and expanding your income and, really being able to recognize both the good things that move you in the future-oriented direction, like affirmations, visualization, playing with energy, sending deep love to your soulmate clients. These sorts of things, activate the manifestation. And I think it's also so important to address the darker things, the trauma, the, childhood misses that we experienced, because those things affect our manifestation too. We may attract and receive the thing, but we may not be able to keep the thing. Or we may be able to attract clients, but we may not be able to fully receive them because receiving didn't feel safe or was punished in the past. And so our trauma, when it comes to the energetics of money, actually has a really big impact on our long-term wealth. It may not impact you in like the day-to-day, ooh, let me try to manifest $100 extra this week, right? Like that may be totally possible for you. But if you look at the bigger picture, if you look at the longevity of your financial situation, that will be dramatically impacted by your money trauma. And isn't the long term really what matters most, right? Like if we're thinking like wealth building entrepreneurs or even just wealth building humans, that's something that you want to last, right? Like wealth doesn't mean anything if it's gone tomorrow, right? Having the ability to build and maintain wealth, to not just grow your income, but keep your income and stack your income and build your income up so that it not only supports your day-to-day lifestyle, but it will support future generations. That's something that you want to last, right? So if we don't go into our money trauma, if we don't face our money demons, and we just focus on the attracting and manifesting of money, then we run the risk of only having a short-term impact on our wealth. And that's not fun, right? I've definitely been in the situation where I attracted a lot of money and then it was gone seemingly overnight, or I attracted a lot of money and then I felt like, oh my God, that's never going to happen again. And these beliefs, these phenomena that we experience when we're working on our money mindset, they don't just come from the ether, right? Like they come from our money trauma. And so I'm so excited. I'm going to kind of like do a little plug here before we get too deep into this episode, because this is time sensitive. But I am doing a money trauma virtual retreat on 11/11. What a perfect date, right? So at the time that I'm recording this, I'm not sure exactly what time it will start. Most likely 12 p.m. Eastern, but that's subject to change. All the details will be on the sign up page. But I would love for you to join me in the Money Trauma Virtual Retreat. So the price of the virtual retreat is 222, but as a special gift for being a podcast listener, I'm giving you $50 off of the Money Trauma Virtual Retreat when you use offer code podcast. So I would love for you to join this experience. It's going to be a 4-hour virtual retreat on Zoom with replay, with a recording that you will have forever access to. We're going to be doing some education, like some masterclass like stuff, similar stuff to what you experience here on the Soul Expansion podcast. We're also going to be doing some healing and integration. So I'm going to be bringing out some of the many modalities that I am certified in to guide you through deeper layers of integration and embodiment when it comes to releasing your money trauma. And then we're also going to do some manifestation work at the end. So it's going to be super duper fun. And you guys get $50 off for being podcast listeners with offer code podcast. To get signed up for the Money Trauma Virtual Retreat, just go to KristenKaczynski.com/money. So it's KristenKaczynski.com/money. And just enter your name and email, enter your credit card information, enter that offer code podcast, and you'll get that $50 off. And mark your calendar for 11/11 when we will be hosting the virtual retreat. If you have a friend that you would love to join you in this, feel free to share the offer code with them. I'm not going to be announcing this to my Instagram audience because I really wanted to reward you guys for being loyal podcast listeners. And also, if you're listening to this after 11/11, I will be selling the replay and the offer code will still be good for that. So feel free to go to KristenKaczynski.com/money and go ahead and place your purchase, and you will get the replay in your Kajabi account as soon as it's available. So really excited about this event. Yeah, if you're listening to this before 11/11, definitely recruit your friends. I would love to have a beautiful group of souls on this retreat. And I just love doing these kind of like quick experiences. I think it's really fun to have big shifts over the course of just a couple hours. And that's why I designed the Money Trauma Virtual Retreat. So enough of a plug on that. The website one more time is KristenKaczynski.com/money. And let's get back to talking about how your money trauma is costing you. So what is money trauma, right? Like, let's kind of back it up a bit. So the thing with money trauma is oftentimes it's unconscious, right? So money trauma is any trauma-like reaction in the body that comes up because of your relationship with money. That's how I define it. I don't know if other people have other definitions, but if you're put into a state of fight, flight, freeze, or fawn when you're interacting with your money, to me, that means that you have money trauma. And the problem with money trauma is it is often very, very unconscious. So it's below conscious awareness. We often don't know that that's why our money situation is not improving month over month. And we often don't understand that even as our income increases, we don't necessarily improve our overall wealth management because we still have money trauma associated with keeping money or with saving money or with having money or with, being able to give freely and all of these things. So it's often below conscious awareness and it's often having a very large impact on our overall financial portfolio. Which is so interesting, right? Like there's a whole field dedicated to managing your finances. I know this because my dad was a financial planner. He's now retired. But there's a whole industry that helps people grow their wealth. And yet, at least in that industry, I'm not aware of there being very much conversation about money trauma, about the very real subconscious patterns that can develop with our money. So even if you have an expert on your team, or in my case, even if you were raised by someone who knows how to build wealth, it can be challenging to build wealth if you don't, work with the underlying traumas. And where do these traumas come from? Because they don't always come from money, believe it or not. They can also come from, just simply childhood and how you were treated by your parents, how things were, how you were loved and accepted. We have a lot of associations with love and money. So oftentimes we fear that money will run away from us or that we can't keep money because in some way in our childhood there was some abandonment that happened, right? So we were abandoned by someone we loved, by someone we thought would never leave us. And so we developed this pattern of assuming that love would leave and so would money, right? Did you hear the news? The Soul Expansion membership is officially open for business. I created this program for those of you who don't want my help with your business strategy. You've got that down, or you have another mentor who's supporting you with that, but you really, really, really want to go deeper on the mindset and energetic stuff with me for a low cost. And it truly is low cost. So as part of the launch, we were able to offer our founding members $88 per month enrollment. And for a very limited time, I'm giving you the chance to get locked in on that. So this is only valid through the month of November. After November, the $88 per month rate will be going up to $111 per month. So I highly recommend signing up now. And if you sign up during the founding members enrollment period, which again is November 2021, then you will lock in that rate of $88 per month for the life of your enrollment. So as long as you never cancel your membership, we will grandfather you in to $88 per month. When you join this program, you're getting 4 healings per month on specific mindset and energetic topics related to business. So pre-sale for September and October, in September we did receiving. So there was breath work, there was some EFT tapping, there was meditations, there were journal prompts, all about receiving. In October, we did divine feminine energy. And with this, we did visualization, somatic healing, hypnosis, some more breath work and journal prompts. And this month, November, we're doing launching challenges. So again, you can get signed up for only $88 per month at the founding members rate through November 30th. That does expire starting December 1st. After that, it will be going up to $111 per month. When you get signed up, you can cancel at any time. Just note, if you cancel, you will lose your founding members rate of $88 per month. But I really think you're going to love this because I'm constantly updating it. Every single month, you're getting 4 healings. 3 are pre-recorded. I actually even do 1 healing live per month. So you actually get some live FaceTime with me, which is amazing. And you always get journal prompts every single month. So lots of tools, lots of resources to support you as you start to embody some of these mindset and energetic things that we're talking about on the podcast on a deeper level for your business. So I'd love to see you join the Soul Expansion membership, and you can do so by going to mysoulexpansion.com. Again, that's mysoulexpansion.com, and I hope to see you inside before we raise the prices. Another pattern that we can witness in our money situation from past traumas is our worthiness, right? So we can actually have an energetic maximum when it comes to our income and how much we're able to earn, or an energetic maximum when it comes to how much we're able to save in our bank accounts relative to how much we're spending based on our worthiness. One pattern that I was, recently became aware of in the past couple months was I had a deep unconscious desire to be completely drained, right? And this sounds really strange. If you've heard of the book Existential Kink, this is a great book to look into relative to what I'm talking about now. But where this pattern came from is I was raised to be an overachiever, and I was raised to do it all. And I was raised to work really, really, really freaking hard. And those were great values to instill in me in childhood, but it led to this association that I earn love or I receive love when I'm completely spent, when I'm completely used up, when I'm completely drained. And so I got into this really unhealthy pattern unconsciously, right? Of using myself all the way up to earn money. Or if I wasn't using myself all the way up to earn money, then I was using up all my money. So I would have to use myself up all the way to earn more. Does that make sense? So, like, I was spending every dollar I had for a while because it felt really good for me unconsciously. And if you're thinking to yourself, no, like I have that pattern right now and I don't like spending every dollar I have, I really don't get enjoyment out of it. Well, I would actually ask you, are you sure? Are you sure there's not like an underlying benefit, an unconscious benefit that maybe you're not aware of now, but maybe we can shed some light on it now, to spending every dollar you have, right? A really easy way to conceptualize this is maybe the falling down doesn't feel good. Like maybe when your bank account goes down to, $20 or even negatives, maybe that doesn't feel good, but the climbing back up feels really good unconsciously, right? So do you get a little like hit of satisfaction when you are able to hustle and make things work and like finally pay off that credit card, only to realize that you come crashing right back down because there's that unconscious benefit of, ooh, it feels really, really good for me to climb back up. So your unconscious is recreating that pattern over and over again so you can continue to climb back up. Right? This was huge for me when I started to uncover this pattern. It was like, oh my God, I like actually enjoy struggling with my money unconsciously. And this is all below conscious awareness. So be kind to yourself. If you're like, starting to wake up to some of these patterns and you're like, ooh, I didn't know this was a thing. And don't get into the self-blame game, right? Like this is all below conscious awareness, which, until you're aware of it, you can't control it, right? Until you're aware of unconscious patterns, you can't control them or change them. So be really kind to yourself. Don't beat yourself up and say, oh, I should have realized this months ago, because you didn't know, right? And you're always doing the best that you can with the resources you have available. So patterns, money trauma patterns can come from childhood. They can come from how you were raised. They can come from your relationships. They can also come from what you were taught about money. So maybe you lived in a really scarce household. Maybe scarcity was just the norm. That was the reality you lived in. Maybe you were always told there's not money for that. Maybe you were always told we can't afford that. Maybe you were always told rich people are bad. Maybe you were always told that when you get rich, you stop caring about other people because all you care about is your money. Maybe there's all these stories that you've been holding on to that are unconsciously preventing you from being able to expand your income and your bank account. And let's be really distinct here. Let's be really specific. There's a big ass difference between expanding your income and expanding your bank account, right? A lot of us, we focus on the income. We focus on, ooh, 10K month, ooh, 20K month, ooh, 6 figures. But longevity comes from actually going deeper than that and not just thinking about, okay, what am I going to make next month? But instead thinking about, okay, how can I start to build that cushion, build that wealth, build my net worth over the coming months and years so that I am financially free. There's a lot of freedom that comes with making more money month over month for sure, but there's even more freedom available to you when you start building your wealth. And when I say building your wealth, I mean like your net worth. like the amount of money you have to your name, when you look at all of your bank accounts, all of your debt, all of your investments, any real estate you have, when you look across the whole picture, how much money do you have to your name? That's wealth. That's net worth. And that's where the real freedom lies, right? And I've seen, people in my life do this. I've been very fortunate to have wonderful money mindset mentors in not only my family, but also in my social circles. I did go to a private school, so I was around a lot of people whose parents had a lot of money, and my parents definitely were not, they were above middle class. They made more than middle class for sure, and we had a very privileged childhood for sure. And I'm so grateful for those experiences because it definitely gave me a head start on my money mindset, in the sense that I always knew that I wanted to be rich. And I never felt like being rich was something that was like a bad thing to reach for, because it does come with so much freedom. And I know a lot of people do have a lot of trauma around being rich and that being like a bad thing because you didn't grow up with wealthy people around you. So I definitely see myself as having like a head start when it comes to money mindset, but I still had a lot of money trauma to work through, right? So even if you grow up with, a very privileged childhood, it's also possible to develop money trauma via your relationships. And I was in an abusive relationship in college, so I definitely had some trauma that I had to work through to, bridge that gap between what I knew I wanted for myself and what my unconscious mind and my body would actually allow me to receive and to keep and to have and to hold. So I'm really excited about the Money Trauma Virtual Retreat. This is going to be for anyone at any stage of business, or even if you're not in business, although it will be, geared toward business owners more so than non-business owners. But we are going to go deep into the possible traumatic patterns that are affecting your money situation now. The beautiful thing when we start to work through this is you get to make more money and you get to be more financially free. You get to start to build that wealth, that net worth. You get to build your bank account, not just your monthly income. And so much freedom comes from that. So I'm really excited to be able to offer this. Again, you can get access to the Money Trauma Virtual Retreat at KristenKaczynski.com/money, whether it's before 11/11 and you want to sign up so you can be with us live, or if it is after 11/11 and you want to just get the replay, go ahead and go to KristenKaczynski.com/money. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning into this quicker episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in our virtual retreat. Bye for now. Thank you for honoring your soul's calling today and taking the time to listen to this episode of the Soul Expansion Podcast. If you have a question you'd like featured or have a topic idea, I would love to hear from you. Find me on Instagram at Kristen Kaczynski and send me a DM with your request. Remember, you are a truly limitless being. The limits you see now are only an illusion. Whatever it is that you desire, that's already yours. It already exists in the universe here and now. You simply have to awaken to what you already have. And I hope this episode brought you a little closer to that truth. If you love this episode and would like to give from your heart and appreciation, please take a few moments to screenshot it and tag me in your stories on Instagram, or write a brief review on your favorite podcast platform. Your voice truly matters, and your feedback helps to spread abundant expansion to a broader audience. And what a gift that is, right? Just think about how much abundance will come back to you if you help a friend experience their own soul expansion. And with that, I just want to say thank you for being you. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for listening. And until next time, I'm Kristen Kaczynski, and I love you.